Good evening, race fans, and welcome along to the LFM Case King Pro Series. It is season 17, it is round number 6, it is Sunny Imola and myself, John Wright, aka Double O Raven, bringing you all of the action from the midway point in an absolutely scintillating season so far. And if the practice times are anything to go by, we are in for an absolute cracker tonight, so buckle in for the ride. It is, as I say, the Case King Pro Series. It's round 6. We've got Spa, the Nürburgring, Kyalami, Watkins Glen and Suzuka all in the rear view mirror. The trucks have pulled up in Italy and the drivers are unpacking for 90 minutes of action with a 20-minute pit window this evening. They've still got Misano, Silverstone, Zandvoort, Valencia, Paul Ricard and Bathurst on the calendar. And of course they are all vying for those incredible prizes. P3 in the championship from Sim Magic will receive €1,000, Nitro Concepts and Moza Racing on there as well, with P2 €1,500 and €2,500 going to our championship winner. Oh yes, and what a championship it has been thus far. Some incredible results. The Amadeo Castorino leading the way on 6,822 points. Sam Gaskell in second place, not far behind at all. Still a decent little gap for Castorino, with Walsingham sitting in third place. Philip Minar is in fourth, with Shale Sullivan in fifth position. Justin Stoughton Rauch in sixth, and Grantis Karekas in seventh position. Karekas definitely one to watch, as if you didn't know that already. But yeah, 4 races as opposed to the drivers ahead who've all taken part in 5. He still finds himself in 7th position. Michael Frey finds himself sandwiched between 2 drivers in the same boat, with Campaniella and Holborn both in the top 10 with only 4 races under their belt as well. Not too shabby is Sean McCorkin just outside the top 10, with Delphant in 12th position. Then we see Boothby and Brenham, another 2 with only 4 under their belts as well, in the top 15. An absolute murderer's row, a driving talent on show. And also Valentin Barriere, 4 races, still in the top 20. And yeah, an even bigger achievement potentially, Jaroslav Honzek. 3 races he's taken part in, still inside the top 20, so absolutely all to play for and definitely some drivers to watch. It is, as I said, a 12-week series. There is 4 drop rounds for the drivers. Let's see if this will. There we go. Drivers who are now out on track for their qualifying. But yeah, 4 drop rounds for the drivers over the series. Just quickly check the audio levels. Hopefully that's okay. We do have some follows as well. Taps GG and VSK Danny. Both of you welcome in to LFM. As I say, it's round number 6. Ah yes, a tale as old as time. Professional drivers trying to find space in qualifying. It does never cease to amaze me how this happens. They are literally queuing up to get out of the pit. The 10-minute qualifying session. I can't confirm the qualifying session exactly the same as the... the practice session exactly the same as the qualifying session now is. Temperature wise, 36 degrees on the track with a 28-degree air temperature. The sun has pretty much got his hat on, as we can see, a spattering of thin clouds across the sky, so it does bode well for some quick times. 36, about on the high side for the tyres, but the drivers, I'm sure we'll get the absolute maximum out of them. We've got 40 on the grid this evening, and it's an absolute murderer's row, as you would expect of talent. Being the top split here at LFM. Luke Whitehead leading the way in quali at the minute. There is Karekas and Walsingham, second and third Third in the championship for Walsingham, Caracas, of course, 7th place. Yeah, where would he be with 5? There's Imola. We've also got George Boothby out in the Mustang. As you would expect, we're using the LFM bot, which means we have a wide variety of cars out on track as well. Absolutely love it. We've got Hondas, we've got GDRs, we've got plenty of Mustangs, plenty of Ferraris as well. There is Amedeo Castorino leading the way, and he is in a Nissan. You absolutely love to see it. I have a very good friend who will be more than happy to see Nissan leading the way in the championship. He's not biased, you are. There is Van Rossum out racing as well, another Ferrari driver. We've got Nordberg in a BMW. There is Sam Gaskell. He is in the Mustang. There's John Surratt, fresh from his podium in the IES series. He'll certainly be looking to get one over on his teammate who's just gone second. There we go. Not that I'm stirring the pot. Somebody hand me a huge wooden spoon, please. Philip Minar is out as well. We'll try and get a quick look at everyone. Of course, we've all seen them on the starting grid. We'll concentrate in a moment or two on the times that are coming in. We do want to have a quick look though. There is Renee Felder. My apologies, Renee. It was not your good self I was looking for. I did see a Bentley. Love to see it. It used to be just a field of Bentley. As soon as you got into an endurance race, anything over an hour, it was just a sea of Bentleys. And then, yeah, they were sorely missed for a while. It's good to see them back. That's not a Bentley either. My apologies. The timing tower taking a moment or two to update. So let's just jump up to the top and see what we've got in the opening outings from the drivers. And it is a Mustang hat-trick up at the front, and it is Gaskell and Boothby separated by, oh no, it's Gaskell and Minar separated by just over a tenth. We've now got 4 Mustangs up at the front. Championship leader Amedeo Castorino finds himself down to 6th position, sorry. As Caracas joins the front row of the grid. Safe to say, qualifying here with these drivers is a fluid situation. As Whitehead and Walsingham swap positions there. And it never ceases to blow my mind just how close 40 drivers can be over 3 miles of track. It is, of course, Imola. As we can see, and as I have mentioned, back in 1953 this beauty was put together. It has seen some of the greatest highs and the lowest lows in motorsport, much like Kailami, saved 3 times by the local mayor after threats of closure. Health and safety gone wild, but they did fix everything up, and yeah, the brand new pit lane, in fact the only existing building currently from the original track is of course the tall glass tower at the end of the pit lane. Everything else has been completely revamped over the years. The last one, of course, 2021, a couple of slight changes to the track 3 years ago, and what a track it is. Some of these corners, you talk about undulations, it is yeah, very much an Italian Brands Hatch. So we'll see how the drivers got on with it. As I've mentioned as well, for anyone that did miss it, there is a 20-minute pit window for the drivers this evening over the 90-minute race. So it does definitely keep them all on a more level playing field, of course, over the pit strategy. So it'll be interesting to see who comes in and out when. All changing all the way through the field, as you would expect. Halfway into the qualifying session already. Fastest time on the board. Philip Minar's just done a 1 minute 39.490. Just ahead of Gaskell. Imola on the second row. He's pipped Boothby by 22 hundredths. And he's only 8 thousandths ahead of Caracas. Jordan Surratt. He has heard my rallying call. There he is. He's ahead of teammate Boothby there. There is... Oh, Shale Sullivan's just set a quick time. I've been a massive fan of Shay's. He was originally a member of Big Brain Racing. And it was always an absolute pleasure to preside over his races. I did think to myself, he is going to go places in the racing, in the sim racing world, and yeah, where he's heading at the minute is a top 10 in round 6. He's just ahead of Campanella. Whitehead finds himself and unlucky for some number 13th position at the minute. We have one driver yet to set a time. Milan Kiss just coming around the last corner. Let's see if this one is going to count. If it does, it'll be quite a good one, in fact. Let's just see, from no time on the board, right up, oh, 39, there we go, wasn't as quick as the telemetry was making out there. I was expecting that to be top 15, so there you go. Zunabovic making his way through Aqua Minerale. Yeah, the corners here, you could talk about them for absolutely hours on end. Dare we talk about track limit violations and potential drive-throughs? It is, yeah, here I'm scaring through some of the corners. Yeah, a few drivers popping in and out of the pits. It is Karakas who's gone quickest with a 1 minute 39.437. Minar with a 4.90. Gaskell 5.22. And then a Gargantuan 1.5 tenths. Back to Imola on a 39.700. Chirat has managed to put himself between Imola and Boothby with a 720. Boothby on a 722, so 2,000s separate those two. Whitehead has jumped up into the top 10. He's gone 7th with a 39.740. And we've just had another mover. Oh no, Whitehead 7th, my apologies. I do feel like I've missed something there. Incredible lap times being pumped in grey. I mean, it is absolutely mind-blowing. Good evening, 90 Danny. Welcome in. See, at any age, you can enjoy sim racing. Given my age, I'm right on board with that. But yeah, thank you very much for the follow here at LFM. Welcome in. It is the Case King Pro Series. Yeah, these drivers really do put the PRO into Pro, the whole lot. Karakas, 139.437. Rogel with a 41.6. I couldn't even get that in my wildest dreams. There's the Honda I was looking for as well. Let's get some proper camera action on the go here and enjoy the phenomenal architecture that is Imola. 3 miles long, this absolute beaut of a circuit. 4.9 kilometres for those slightly more educated than myself. A whole lot of twists, turns and elevation changes. And yeah, did someone say chicane? Yep, Imola definitely knows how to do that. Some sausage curves on the inside. The suspension so finely tuned to get straight line speed. Really don't react well. 1 millimetre too far over the side. And I really need to stop being mesmerised by the driving talent and remember to keep talking. But yeah, those chicanes really will be a tester. We're going to, I mean, this is the beauty of this league. We're going to see overtakes through these chicanes, through Aqua Minerale, just absolute mind-blowing stuff. For 90 minutes. Still got a 36-degree track temperature, so it's been absolutely stable all the way through. So the drivers will be running the rubber clean off their rims, trying to get their times. 3 minutes to go, and we're getting absolutely to the business end. Karakas is still leading the way. We do have Castorino making a bit of an improvement on his time. We've also got George Chirat threatening to go a bit quicker as well as Michael Frey looking to improve on his lap time. He's 3 tenths up at the moment, but I do think it's worth staying on board the Honda, get a good look at the full track. And yeah, back to the start we go. James Baldwin in the race as well, just been pipped to 21st position in the McLaren. With 2 minutes 22 to go. Castorino is finding more of an improvement. Chirat has managed to hold on to the time that he's collecting. Luke Whitehead finding some improvements as well. Let's see what championship leader Castorino can do. out with the last corner. He can find more time. Ooh, the acceleration phase didn't go as smoothly as the braking phase. It was up to 3/10. It's down about 2/10 of a second, and this company is a big old jump. He goes up to 5th position and manages to put himself between Imola and Boothby, with Chirac in there as well. Massively mesmerising how close it is. That is just ridiculous. I mean, it really does just, and again, it actually adds to just how good Caracas, Gaskell and Minar's time is when they've got almost 2/10, over 2/10 over these chasing drivers, and we've got half a tenth separating, what, 6 drivers, with Stubenrich now in the top 10 with 1 minute 39.757. In fact, there is Spansky, 39.7 as well. 600s separating 6 drivers. I do not have audio. Okay. I think might need to do a quick refresh. Let me just do that. There we go. This is Lothian Motorsport painting in there as well, actually, and the setups. Get yourself over to the website. Let's go, Omar, says Danville 37. Jamie, my apologies. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Please do feel free to throw a pronunciation in the chat. More than happy to be corrected. But Jamie GT, thank you very much for the follow. And also Rob TV. So we've got a GT and a TV. So Rob TV, thank you very much for tuning in as well. And the follow here at LFM. We've got round number 6. Wow, qualifying has slipped through my fingers there. Let's have a look and see what's going on. What's going on is Sam Gaskell on to the top spot. He's almost halfway through the lap and he is showing purple. Caracas, provisional pole at the minute. And Jordan Chirac has gone quicker as well, and he is going quicker. He's gone up to 39.485. 2 thousandths quicker than Gaskell. Oh my goodness. Let's remain professional for at least a moment of this, shall we? George Boothby with a 39.647. He's still out on track trying to find some time. We've got Roger in the pits. Kliss hasn't gone any quicker. Van Rossum with a 40.7. Ooh, pops it out of the wall. Lots of cars coming in to the pits. Valentin Barriere is still out on track. So is Shea O'Sullivan. He's been pushed down to 16th position, but he is going quicker, and we'll see him go up to 11th place. 5 positions for 1/10 of a second. Here comes Jordan Chirac though. He is heading out of Ravazza. I do love rolling my R's. And he certainly loves rolling that curb on the way out. Chirac, he was threatening a purple time. Is he going to see any improvement? It won't take much to topple the top spot, but I won't be surprised if he goes quicker and doesn't. But he doesn't go quicker. Wow. Walsingham I thought was out on track, but he is in the pits. All the drivers pulling in, and there we go. They're popping up on the grid with 4 minutes to get themselves ready. We'll get a look at the grid in a moment. There is what the drivers are vying for, of course. Those incredible top 3 prizes. €1,000 for third, 1,500 for P2, and €2,500 for our championship winner. 12 rounds will be fought over between the drivers. We've had Spa, Nürburgring, Kyalami, Watkins Glen and Suzuka so far. It's Imola tonight, and then it's off to Misano. With Silverstone and then Zandvoort, and what a run that is, I'll tell you what. That's like getting Liverpool, Arsenal and Man City for your last 3 leagues, last 3 matches. Valencia, the bike track, Paul Ricard, that straight, and Bathurst, that mountain, for the final 3 rounds. That's going to keep the drivers well and truly on their toes. Lots of racing going on at LFM as well. Remember, if you're an AMS2 fan, absolutely covered. We've got Jerez, Barcelona, Kyalami, Hockenheim, all on the calendar this week. Donington dropped in there as well. Assetto Corsa, we've got you covered. We've had Nordschleife and Barcelona. What a weekend. Laguna Seca, the Nordschleife, and Portimao in the formulas. The greatest racing of all time is open wheel at Portimao. I stand by that. Of course, the dailies as well on the right. And for all you ACC fans out there, Imola tonight, Nordschleife tomorrow, maniacs. Kyalami on Sunday, and of course those dailies, Suzuka Hungaroring, Spa and Bathurst. The drivers tonight though, we're going to get week 6 well and truly under their belt. Championship leader Amadeo Castorino outside the top 5. 7th position he is going to start this evening. So bear with me one moment. Enjoy this trailer. We'll be right back for a grid walk. Chopped off the sponsors there. Thank you very much to the sponsors, of course, making it all happen. The drivers have got yeah, if anyone else having audio issues, but yeah, turn it to 720p. Okay, yeah, that might work. Yeah, let's get this rundown of the starting grid. It is Caracas who's taken pole position, 39.437. Jordan Chirat is in second place with Sam Gaskell starting in 3rd position. It's Philip Minar joining him on the 2nd row of the grid. Just behind them on row 3, it's Boothby and Ayamulo. What a lineup of drivers that is in the top 10. Championship leading Castorino is in 7th position. Let me just slow this down a bit. With Luke Whitehead. Sorry, we seem to be slightly out of sync. I am monstering way ahead. There is Castorino. Yeah, so Castorino, then Whitehead, Stubenrauch on the grid with him. Although that is Campagnell this time. My apologies, we've got the timing of this all wrong. I'll run down what we've got. Michael Frey is on row number 9 with Aiding Walsingham. Just inside the top 20 is Brenham and Porco for the Gladius competition team. That is Romane that we are up to on screen. Yeah, we've got Jonathan Price in 23rd position. We've got Dimitri Shabalin in 24th. They'll start ahead of Baldwin and Gruning in 25th and 26th. Godowski and Valentin Barriere 27th and 28th position. Bruno Bruto and Tony Mahoney starting 29th and 30th respectively. And then in 31st position it will be Zunabovic, my apologies, with Escorcia in 32nd place. Galitsky is in 33rd position with Nia Kadstein in 34th, another Honda driver, love to see it, with Krosch starting in 35th place. Renee Felder in 36th position with Lauren Van Rossum in 37th place. Zurkowitz in 38th with Milan Kiss in 39th position, and Andreas Rogel bringing up the rear of the field. Apologies for the timing issue. Technology is a wonderful thing. They're coming at the last corner, so we will, yeah, we'll get that sorted out for next week. We're going to jump on for the start of the race. 90-minute race with a 20-minute enforced pit window for the drivers. Let's see how those championship standings look come the end of the race. Thank you for the following, Devoy and Rugo Satan, LFC, UFC. Here we go then. That is the Case King Pro. There we go, green lights, foot down, flat out, and a flyer of a start for Caracas. John Sherratt pulls quickly into the slipstream. It's side by side between Minart and Gaskell, with Iamullo now got a decision to make on his hands. Away it's going. He's just holding on to that one. Stubenrauch coming under serious pressure, as clean as a whistle, as you would expect. So close on the way out with the first chicane there with a couple of cars. Shale Sullivan having a decent start to the race. He's holding on to his position. We've got Ranieri who's dropped a position. I did say we'd see overtakes through the second chicane, and there we go round the outside. Sasha Wassner making that one stick very nicely indeed. Jan Ruschel really got caught off the line, down 3 positions already, and through Toza. Oh, a big side by side, a lot of light flash in there, forced the driver over onto the inside. Good defensive strategy to take the momentum out their corner advances. Oh, we've got Philip Minard has gone past Sam Gaskell up at the front. I did think it was going to be as you were, but not to be. Sam Gaskell losing out on a position to Philip Minard. Phenomenal start for him. Caracas and Sherratt doing exactly what they needed to, and Justin Stubenrauch as well. Up 2 positions. Whitehead watched them go past. He's holding on to his starting place of 8, with Castorino down 3 on where he started. He's got Shea Sullivan still in 11th place. Bruno Bruto down at the back of the field. He's lost 3 positions. So too is Joshua Gruning. Everyone else hanging on. As they're hanging on to all the slipstream. Castorino still down those 3 spots. So is Ruschel. So is Michael Frey, on where he started. A couple of changes down the field, but it is at the end of lap 1. Caracas leading the way. Sherratt tucked right into that slipstream. Philip Minard already got an overtake, although here comes George Boothby having a look. Absolute straight file for the car. That is quite the publicity shot there for the team. I hope they're getting good shots of that. My apologies. I absolutely love the sound that you get from this game from these engines, and I do often find myself just listening to them whistle on past. Boothby perfectly poised to make a move if he can. He's got his teammates ahead of him, but there'll be absolutely no team orders in this individual competition. That is for absolutely sure. As he's heading up the hill towards that descent, it's Piratella and then Aqua Minerale. There is the race leader, Grantis Caracas. The top 5 separated by under a second, which is quite unsurprising when you consider how close it was in qualifying. But through Aqua Minerale successfully. Porco taking the fastest lap of the race at the end of lap number 1. Absolute flyer there from Porco. That is another ridiculously close group of cars. He's got that Ferrari smack bang in the middle of quite a few competitors there. Terrible rear camera on the Ferrari, sorry, rear view mirror I mean. I was hoping to get a shot of all of those cars. Aidan Walsingham in 17th position, just behind for Veloci. He is looking quick at the minute. We've got Valentin Barriere, I believe. Is he? Yeah, Baldwin's made it up 2. Barriere has made it up 4 positions. So not quite getting it done in qualifying, but certainly come the race. These two have come to life, and they've got Duvalier and Price just ahead of them. Price is on a bit of a charge. Walsingham goes past Porco. Oh, and he gets it done out with the last corner. We have slightly missed that one. My apologies, but Walsingham does get that one done. He must have had an absolute worldie of an exit out with the last corner, and he's made that stick into the first chicane, and that's a good run for the Aston Martin. We're only 4 minutes in. Stubenrauch, the only driver in the top 10 to see an improvement of more than 1 position. He is up to Whitehead still in 8th where he started. Spansky up a position into the top 10 with Castorino giving up all of those positions. He certainly hasn't given up the chase though. He is very close to the drivers ahead. Karekis, normal service has been resumed. He's retaken the fastest lap of the race. Look at that. You know what, we probably shouldn't use this camera during the race, but just absolutely frightening how close that is. Complete precision stuff. That is the top 12 drivers separated by less than 2 seconds. We are at, and the track conditions have stayed exactly the same as well. Optimum 36 degrees. Absolute control. He's like the Pied Piper at the minute. He is yeah, piping a winning tune. 1 minute 40.7. He's about to go quicker again. They're about a second and a half off a quali pace. They are soon hunting that down though. Philip Mina with a 1 minute 40.365. Not overly surprising, the driver smack bang in the middle of the slipstream terrain is going the quickest. So yeah, he's taking the fastest lap. Sam Gaskell, 4th position, down 1 to Minar. We've just seen a little bit of a change there. I think no, Porco, Michael Frey, Ruschel and Brenham will swap positions, and they're going to go side by side out of turn number 4. Please keep up, cameras. Oh, and into the second chicane. That's a little bit of a concertina effect. The McLaren is going to say thank you very much on the exit. In fact, both McLarens are. No, they're not. He's had a wiggle on the curb, and that has sent Baldwin up the inside. He is not going to say no to that kind of invitation. Slight wiggle there by the McLaren, tried to steady itself. One of the competitors jumping out of the way, and Baldwin very quickly driving in. He's finding some flashing headlights, trying to put him off behind. Oh, and the Nissan having a big look up the inside, was maybe carrying more pace than the plan there, and again, no wonder the amount of slipstream on offer to the drivers at the minute will be more than just substantial. There is a rear view mirror I can get on board with, and we're going to go on board with Amadeo Castorino. Okay, not quite sure what happened there. A slight glitch in the matrix. We are on board with Castorino. That of course wasn't the battle that we were watching. It did involve James Baldwin, who is in 21st. Sorry, everything is reset. Let me just see if we can get back in the position. Here we go. This is the battle that we were looking for. In fact, we're on board with a Mustang, I think. No, we've still got everyone in. Okay, let's ignore what I don't know and crack on with what we do know. Luke Whitehead, as you've seen, is taking the fastest lap. We're in 40.2. Oh, we've got a 3 wide with the Aston Martin. No one giving up these positions particularly easy. Oh, and he's gone. Oh, and that's the second time for the McLaren. That is the same McLaren as Duvalier. That's the second time we've seen him spin different corners. Barriere almost ended up into the barrier himself. There's the Bentley, steals another position. So much momentum lost. Oh, and the Bentley's gone gone sideways, and they're going to go 3 wide. There's been a bit of contact. Here comes the Mustang up the inside. Says thank you very much. Takes 2 positions, potentially 3. Who's that that's just gone charging? Absolutely steamboating through there in that Mustang. Just behind the Bentley. That was Gruning. Yeah, Gruning with an absolute monster move there. The 3 drivers ahead couldn't sort their affairs out. One of them went sideways, and Gruning went past 3 of them. Phenomenal move there. Brenham is looking for overtakes. Winning that final chicane. That's a whole lot of care being taken. There is Luke Whitehead, fastest lap of the race so far. There is 4th position, and there is the race leader still in the shot. That is how close it still is up at the top, as you would expect. It is Karekas who is flawlessly leading at the moment. Sherratt in second. Minar is actually getting a bit of a gap, all things considered, to Sam Gaskell, and he is closing up on his teammate Sherratt with Boothby. Yeah, absolute procession for the team at the minute, being followed by Imola. Stubenrug, we've seen, got overtaking tendencies in the top 10, and he could well be looking for a bit more of that action on the McLaren of Imola. He has got Whitehead, the driver, behind. Stubenrug up 2 positions, and Spansky up 1 as well. Whitehead, though, wow, he has got a very good exit there on the way out to turn number 8. Very good exit. He has monstered that gap close. And we've got another bit of a timing tower glitch here. There we go. We've shown Shabalin up at the top of the field. We have got a car in the pits, actually. Galitsky is in the pits. 7 places down. So I think a minor. Danville, you know the level is crazy when you see Castorino P10. Exactly. That is, yes, 100%. Yeah. That really is a mark of the competition. Yes, so confirmation in the chat. If anyone else is having audio issues, pop down to 720p apparently, and that will fix the issue. So yeah, hopefully everyone able to hear the sound of these beautiful engines as they tear around Imola. Oh, Ranieri dropping a huge amount of positions. Suddenly out of no place, and we've got Shabalin dropping spots as well. Not sure what's going on there. Let's have a look. Let's bring up a replay. Although, you know, as soon as I do this, we're going to see an overtake up at the top. This is the way, as they say. That's car number 36. Let's jump on board and see what has occurred. So we're coming out of the final chicane. Some light flashing from the Mustang as he has got the Aston. Looking for a move into Ravazza. Oh, just getting that little bit closer under braking. And yeah, big drop in position. So much momentum to lose in that corner. And that is quite a few positions tumbling there. Ranieri down 5. Amadeo Castorino still in 10th position. I'll just get a quick update. Let's see, he's a second down at the minute. Luke Whitehead and Stubenrug having themselves quite a battle. That's letting Imola get himself the merest of breathing space. Actually, speaking of breathing space, Karekas, not sure what's going on with Shabalin. My apology, I'm not sure. A slight connection issue maybe, keeps popping up at the top. Most definitely is not. It is most definitely Grantas Karekas still leading the way. He's now got 8/10 of a second. That is gargantuan. Over Jordan Sherratt, who's got 7/10 of a second. Back to Gaskell, who's got Minar ahead of him. So ridiculously close still there. George Boothby now 1.3 seconds down. Whitehead looking for a move. Not quite quick enough out of the last corner. We've got, there is Sasha Wassner getting very close. Bentley on Nissan action. In fact, the Nissan's grouping well together there. We've got, strength in numbers. We've got Frey looking to close in on Bremen. Rochelle and Praise looking to battle out for the final position in the top 20. Ooh, and a bit of gravel there, so I think that one might be done. Milan Keys, didn't get a time set, a very representative time in qualifying set, clearly, as already gone a second quicker in the race, up 7 positions on where they started, so incredible start there. Yep, and we've got Rene Felder up 5 positions also. Ranieri, that one has settled in, and that is actually a 12th position loss for Ranieri, down to 36th position. That does keep jumping over. Fabrizio Campagnella, he is up 4 spots. We've now got Gadowski showing as the lead of the race, but again, it is Karakis. We've got something going on with the telemetry. Hopefully it settles down. But yes, Campagnella, he's got Waster behind him. Shiel Sullivan still running where he started, similar to Luke Whitehead in 8th place. Boothby in 5th, and of course the top two as well. Still the same gap between Karakis and Sharat as there is between Sharat Minar and Gaskell. Boothby 1.2 seconds down there. Ayamulo keeping a close eye on the Mustangs ahead. Campagnella, the Nissan driver has had a bit of an issue. Sorry, with everything that's going on, I'm not 100% sure we can fully trust the timing on this, but let's be bold. Let's have a look and see what's happening to Campagnella. This, of course, across the start-finish line. This is the Bentley and the Nissan battle of the boats, although the Ferrari showing just how wide that machine is. Into the first chicane, they go side by side. The Bentley's on the inside, slightest bit of contact there, and that sees the Nissan. Yep, so easy to lose full control of the car. You really have to come off the accelerator. That's a bit of pace lost and a couple of positions lost as well. Philip Minar has taken the fastest lap with that 1 minute 40.035. Can't get any more positions improved. And yeah, Shablin once again showing up at the top, but it is still with 15 minutes gone. There's been a lot happen in 15 minutes, it is safe to say. Karakis, he is still leading. Philip Minar still in this incredible battle here. He's got a position. Sorry, let's go on board so we get the rear view mirror so we can see just how close it is between the Mustang teammates. Sharat Minar and Gaskell, of course, they've got Boothby, their teammate, just behind them as well. But he's 1.3, oh no, 1 second down at the minute. Castorino looking to make back positions. He's closed up pretty quickly on Spansky ahead of him. Whitehead, Ayamulo are now... Oh no, is Ayamulo overtaking Whitehead? No, Whitehead's still in 8th position, of course. Ayamulo is down 1-2 Stubenreich, but yeah, they've closed right up on Stubenreich as well. So three-way battle for 6th position. And we have, as I mentioned as well, seen a car in the pits. Godowski and Galitsky. It looks like Galitsky has retired to the pits, or he has picked up an absolutely monster amount of damage because he has been in there for a considerable amount of time. Godowski is in, but the pit window is not open, so his pit won't count. So we will see him in a second time. So yeah, it's going to be a long race to make his way back, especially in this field of drivers. We have Karakis is flying. Yes, he is. Absolutely flying. Omar Escorcia P37. Wow, and yeah, it's you know the level's crazy when you see Djurkovic. Yeah, I mean we've got some just absolutely incredible talent. I mean Luke Whitehead's in 8th. We've got James Baldwin out on track as well. Currently in 19th position. He is up 6 on where he started, so again, didn't get it done in qualifying. It's definitely getting it done in the race though. Up 6 spots. Leonardo Porco, one-time holder of the fastest lap of the race. He's up 5 as well to see him in 15th position at the minute. Baldwin is closing in handily, and it's going to help him a lot because there is a fairly decent train of cars ahead of him. Gratuitous front right wheel camera. I make no apologies for it being my favourite. Into Tosa we go, and that is a very large Aston Martin badge that we see ahead of us. Walsingham being hunted down by Baldwin at the minute, but they're both well within Frey's slipstream as well, down into Aqua Minerale. We're 10 laps in, still at 36 degrees, so yes, static weather. So smooth on the gears as well, as you would absolutely expect. Yeah, there you go. If you want to drive like this lot, the LFM setup page, boom. Problem solved. Down into Ravat they go. We've got Norberg on Barrier as well. Let me see if we can't bring that one up quickly as well. Barrier, of course, caught out. He did so well to avoid the McLaren through turn 8. And then, made contact on the way out of the last corner. Has tumbled down the order. Well, say tumbled down the order. He's a position up on where he started, but he was much further up than that. That is for sure. Back up 1, closing in on Gruning the best he can with Norberg, who's already down 6 himself, looking to make back spots after an early incident. Ramone and Wassner looking to swap positions through Toza. The Bentley going right around the outside. The Ferrari's going to try and out-drag him up the hill, but he's not going to manage to do it. He's going to be on the inside. This is going to be an interesting one. Into Aqua Minerale. No quarter giving the last. A beautiful amount of space being left there, and what amount of grip has that Ferrari got through that corner complex to carry that momentum on the inside line. Does fall back into line, but you get the feeling that is oh no, never mind, ignore me. The Bentley absolutely tears away through Aqua Minerale. Such a violent amount of movement on that front suspension. From the Ferrari over those sausage curbs. Absolutely flying through though, but that is Sasha Wassner looking to fend off the advances of Ramone, looking to retake that position. Brenham in 16th has also got themselves into a bit of a fight here. Campagnella, okay, sorry, that just very quickly changed there. Has Campagnella just dropped positions? No, up to. Yep, telemetry throwing me fully under the bus this evening. You've got to absolutely love it. Ramone, I'm sure they'll be enjoying the battle there. Where is Castorino? There we go, 10th place still. Got Spansky in the Audi now, well within range. We should probably check on the race leader. It's Grantas Carreca still. He's still got Chirac, Minard, Gaskell and Boothby. In fact, Boothby now 1.5 seconds down the road, so he's lost a couple of tenths since we last checked in. The driver's ahead. In fact, Chirac has closed back in. The gap was pretty... Look again. Absolute promo shots there. It's like that game you used to play on the phone, Snake. They just following. Just the tail following the head. There we go. Through the final corners. Absolute precision. Not a beat missed. But certainly Chirac has closed up, as I say, on Carreca. Minard still holding on to the fastest lap of the race by a couple of tenths of a second. Gaskell, no surprise. Oh, here we go then. If we jumped on board at the right time, the Mustang's got an absolute flyer out the last corner. He's going to take the lead of the race, or he's going to have his nose. He's in front into the first chicane. He's going to the inside line. They've made a bit of contact. He's on the gravel. He's off again. And the Ferrari has been... Oh, he's had to take a void in action then in the go-to setups, and it's going to be... is that Boothby that's closed up? No, it's not. Sorry, it's Minard and Gaskell made an absolute fortuitous move there as well. Sorry, Minard did as well. Yeah, it's all changed there. It was actually difficult to tell which one was which because they're all in the same car, and Boothby has been pulled right back into this. Did that? Yes, it did. Right, okay, let's jump on and have a quick look at a replay and see what we can see. Incredibly close, slightest bit of contact, some time on the gravel, and the lead of the race has changed hands. So on board here with Minard, catches up, you can see just the slightest of contact ahead, gets Concertina, pulls over off the racing line, and that sees the two team cars that go past, and that is Carreca, who's led for the opening 11 laps, sees him down to 4th position. It's Jordan Chirac now leading the way, the 255 competition. Now they've got some promo shots on the cars with Minar in second and Gaskell top 3 in the championship, third in the race, and the 3 ahead have got Boothby now, as I say, right back in the hunt. This group could not be closer. It's even closer than it was on the opening lap. What is that, 0.8 of a second separating the top 5. 24 minutes in. It is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Yes, so 0.8 of a second separating the top 5. The Karakas now finds himself in a sea of Fords. Gaskell finds himself in the middle of a sea of his teammates. Luke Whitehead still in 8th position, but still certainly keeping Ayo Mulo more than honest. And there's the race leaders just coming through the shot now. So the top 10 nowhere near out of this one, that is for sure. Castorino is in 10th position. In fact, Shale Sullivan has been quietly getting the job done, is still running where he started, while everyone else around him has been dropping positions. Is that car? Okay, map it again. That's yeah, car keeps appearing at the top, and it's throwing everything up and down. So let's try and roll that. We do. Oh, Sherratt's in the pits. John Sherratt is in the pits. I do have a replay we can bring you of a yellow flag. I think that might have been... Oh no, here we go. Yeah, so Sherratt has gone from the race lead into the pits. Oh wow! Did he make contact? I was too busy looking at the timing tower trying to get my head around this, but yeah, Sherratt has gone from the race lead into the pits, and as we can see, out with turn number 8, heading down into Aquamina Rally. Yeah, no, definitely no contact or anything there. He's just... That's a technical issue. I'm going to put money on the fact that that's some kind of technical issue for the race leader. He's suddenly pulled over. He is still stationary in the pits. So after 10 laps of parity, we've now had a third. We've now got a third race leader. It is Philip Minar in the lead with Sam Gaskell in second, and Jack Grantis Karakas is promoted back to the podium. George Boothby now up to 4th place. Stubenrock in 5th. Ayamulo in 6th. Luke Whitehead in 7th position. Spansky in 8th. Castorino in 9th, and Shea O'Sullivan into the top 10. If anyone has any idea what has happened to John Sherratt, please do feel free to throw some pointers in the chat. That is, and I'm going to, definitely to me, that absolutely looks like he's had some kind of technical issue. Just a wee pulled off the track. Anyway, let's concentrate on the cars that are still on track for the moment, apart from the one that keeps jumping up to the top. It was Campagnell that's on screen there, but it's actually Axel Ramone that we are looking for. Still in this titanic struggle with Sasha Wassner. The two of them have swapped positions previously, and certainly Ramone, apparently a monitor issue for Sherratt. Maybe drive through into race quit. I'm not really sure. Swan says Grub Life team move. I mean, that I would certainly say there is a point of view where you could say the car coming out of trouble could have moved over in front of the Ferrari. Yep, you can only analyse what you see on track, and that is certainly the sequence of events. So yeah, certainly there's no denying it helped his teammate, that is for sure. But that is definitely one of the a theory you could throw out there. We've got a follow from Fulvio Dipolito. Welcome in, Fulvio, and Luca Stoibing as well. Good evening and welcome in. Thank you very much for the follow. Jerkowitz P38 was not a follow, my goodness me. I've read that one completely wrong. But yeah, thank you very much, Timu, for the update there. Yeah, Jordan having a monitor issue. I did preside over a race recently where someone's monitor fell. I don't think we need to much more than that. It fell, race ruined. So yeah, whether it's racing in real life or sim racing, technical issues can really get thrown your way. Dario Iamulo seems to have dropped positions. He's got a yellow flag. Let me just confirm this isn't a glitch. No, he's down 4 spots for car number 12. I can. Oh, now he's had a couple of accidents apparently. Let's go wild with the replays. So here is Iamulo across the start-finish line. That is Whitehead behind him in the Ferrari, which is pulling up very nicely indeed in the slipstream. He's going to have a look around at the outside later on the brakes, as you would expect from the Ferrari. A little bit of door banging on the way through, but certainly nothing significant enough to warn the yellow flag that popped up on my telemetry. Let's see what this one is. So this is later on in the same lap. Heading, of course, down to Ravazza. And again, Whitehead looking very quick, down at the braking zone. Shows the outside, takes the inside. Oh, bit of a touch here. And, yeah, gets them straightened up, but unfortunately, straightened up and onto the gravel. And that is Iamulo down. A couple of positions in. Whitehead up to 6 with Spansky up to 7th place. So that's Iamulo down 3, Philip Minar up 3. Not a bad way to go. Axel Ramone, now the only driver in the entire field to be in the same position that they started in 30 minutes in. So we're a third of the way through. We've still got that 20-minute pit window. Schratt's still in the pits. That is absolute heartbreak for the driver. Solid qualifying, solid start to the race, right up there. And yeah, monitor issues and into the pits for an early bath. I'm sure he'll be tuning in to cheer his teammates on though. Baldwin, another driver making big moves, and in fact almost the biggest moves through the field. He is up to 17th position, got a bit of a gap back to Preyes, who's got Walsingham absolutely hunting him down in his Aston Martin, trying to retake a position from Price. Tony Mahoney for Fisher Racing Esports, absolutely dialed in, up 9 spots on where he started. So incredible drive for Tony, and the driver just behind him in the Bentley up 9 positions as well. And just behind them it's Ranieri, who's down 9, and he's got Valentin Barriere absolutely breathing down his neck at the minute with Gruning, who's no stranger to an overtaking this race so far, also just behind. So a little battle group of 3 forming there. Duvallard, of course, the McLaren that we saw, a couple of little step outs of the back, and one of them led to an unfortunate contact with an Aston Martin that absolutely could not get out of the way. Down 8 positions. Jurkowitz is still looking good. Van Rossum up 5, Kiss up 8, Escorcia up 2, then of course Duvallard ahead, with Felder up 8 positions as well. So some big moves being made outside the top 20, as well as Baldwin, Mahoney and Zunabovic is impressive, 8 and 9 spots. Philip Minar though, he's up 3 positions, and that has put him into the lead ahead of teammates, or teammate Gaskell. Kareka still on the podium, and Boothby flying as a more than able wingman at the minute. He'll be looking for the overtake himself though. We've got the 20-minute pit window to come. That will be here relatively shortly. So much going on in the opening 33 minutes of round number 6 of the Case King Pro Series. So much up for grabs for the drivers as well. Yeah, €5,000 being shared amongst the top 3 over the 12-week series. They've got 4 drop rounds. Oh, Barrier with a big yellow flag. I think he's just had a moment off track. My apologies, I've lost my glasses. Oh yeah, nope, that is just the little glitch in the timing again. Excellent. So, yeah, Barrier still in 24th position. Mahoney still up those 9 spots, closing in on Rushall. Walsingham has lost the spot, but hasn't lost the pace to Price at the minute. And Kourakis has come in to the pits. Okay, my apologies. I thought, let me just check. I thought there was a 20-minute pit window. But I could well be wrong. Sorry, bear with me a moment. Mas, let me just double check my notes. Oh yeah, there can't be a 20-minute pit window because there is quite a few cars making their way in. Yeah, so we've got drivers coming in to the pits. That's put Castorino back up to 7th. Imola has lost those 2 spots then to 8th place. Shea Sullivan now up to 9th with drivers coming in. Walsingham still got 18th with Rochelle and Mahoney 19th and 20th. Zinabovic in 21st ahead still of Barrier, who's up another 2 spots. So yeah, we've got more and more coming in. Yeah, okay, so there is a 20-minute pit window. My notes were exactly correct. Have some of the drivers come in a bit early? Or does it count if they're stationary when the pit window opens? Yeah, it's only just opened. And Kourakis has been in and out. It wasn't. My apologies, I don't have my penalties popping up. It was a drive-through for track limits. I actually mentioned that, didn't I, in the opening? I did wonder if he would see, but yeah, drive-through. My apologies for missing that. Drive-through for track limits. Yeah, that would be why the pit stop was, the time of the pits was so short. Wow, that's taking him back down to 28th position. Absolutely incredible scenes up at the front. 37 minutes in a drive-through for 3rd place. It just keeps getting better and better for the 255 competition team. They've now got 3 on the podium. Boothby at one point was 1.5 seconds behind 4th place. And he's now up into 3rd position. Uh-oh, bad soup. Yeah, absolutely love that one. Oh, bad soup, thank you for the follow. And Hammy Ham as well. Thank you for the follow. No problem, robot friend. I feel like I might have missed part of that conversation. But yeah, welcome in. There is the 3 race leaders. We're going to see a barrage of cars coming into the pits. Milan Kiss has been into the pits and is back out on track. We're down to 36 drivers out of the original 40 that started. A couple of disconnects. And yeah, John Chirac and Galitsky, both having technical issues. They've retired to the pits. Duvillard still down well and truly on where he started. Philip Minar, holder of the fastest lap of the race and lead of the race. They've now got Boothby, who's dropped a fair bit of time in the 2 of them now, actually. So these 2 really getting the foot down once again. Oh, thanking the stream bot. Got ya. There we go. Philip Minar does now only have 1 teammate behind him. As Boothby now 1.3 seconds down. Castorino and Spansky though still dueling it out. They'll be looking to make positions if they can, given the drivers ahead of them. A couple of them having a drive-through, and yeah, stewarding and technical issues. Castorino still ahead of Imola, who's lost 2 spots. Gilles Sullivan now up to 9th position and still very much in touch with Imola ahead. Brenham finds himself closing in handily on Porco, and in fact he might have just gone around the outside. He's got a good move out of the final chicane, heading down the hill towards Ravazza. The BMW is going to have his nose ahead. The Porsche, of course, more nimble. Is he going to go for the cutback? Is James Baldwin going to make hay while the sun shines once again? He has certainly been in the right place at the right time on a couple of occasions this far in the race. Up to 16th position, so a solid start. He was up 8, a couple of 9 spots. He is now up, and he could make this 2, if not 3, as we've got a car very handily positioned for Baldwin into turn number 1. They're going to concertina into the first chicane. 15 minutes left of the pit window, so still plenty of laps for the drivers. Oh, we've seen the track temperature come down by a degree. We're now down to 35, so coming slightly the way of the driver's favour. But the track well and truly still at optimum, and it has certainly been an optimum race for Baldwin so far. As I say, up 9 positions. Mahoney and Zunobovic both outdoing him so far, though, with 11 positions each for those two, and they are still following nose to tail. I tell you what a team they have made, actually. Mahoney and Zunobovic have been running like a Jamaican bobsled team at the minute, absolutely tucked tightly in. The two of them, yeah, they've been absolutely inseparable since the start of the race. The Fisher Racing Esports team manager will be delighted. They've been cutting through the air perfectly between the two of them. They're certainly not losing time. And yeah, double figures of positional improvements thus far. Not too shabby, is showing, it's safe to say. Baldwin into Ravazza. He has that BMW absolutely within his sights. Let's jump on board with said BMW, because again, it's got a phenomenal rear view mirror, so we can see all of the action that the driver can see. That is a Porsche rear spoiler ahead and a McLaren badge looming large in aforementioned rear view mirror. He's going to think about a look up the outside into turn number 1. Oh, the Porsche almost boxed him in, and in fact moved back over. Almost the perfect opportunity there for Baldwin. The Porsche did look like he was going to box him in slightly, but he managed to back out of it. I do say this a lot, it's often the third car in the train that's best positioned for the overtake. You just let the two ahead initiate a move and then see if you can't sail on through with one of them. Although that was very much Baldwin initiating the move with so much pace. The McLaren's so good on the brakes compared to that BMW at the minute. Back with turn number 8, it is still Brenham in 15th position, with Frey still in 14th. Precision, as you would expect, up at the front, still very precise between Minar and Gaskell. Some more gratuitous front, more gratuitous front wheel camera. I'm stumbling over my words. Good thing that the drivers aren't stumbling. There we go again, stumbling over the curbs. 48 minutes left, so we're almost at the halfway mark. 13 minutes left of the pit window. We've still got 35 degrees out on track. We've still got the drivers absolutely nose to tail. You've got so much more momentum, that slipstream. Oh, and a little bit of bump draft there. Get the two of them absolutely sailing away from their teammate. Boothby certainly getting left behind at the minute. Well, I say that, it's still at 1.5 seconds, so he seems to have dropped to 1.5 and is just holding a rear gunner position, it looks like. Sasha Wasner is not necessarily the car I was looking for. There we go. Spansky in the Audi. That does sound very good. Into Toza. He's got Whitehead ahead of him still, with Castorino, championship leader, looking to make some improvements. He now the only driver to be in his original starting position, 7th place. He's made his way back up to Imola, giving up one of those places, of course. He's now being hunted down by Shea Sullivan. Wasner in the top 10. Ramone still looking to remedy that if he can. Kareka still out and running. He is down 21 positions. He's back up though to 22nd place. He is going to have to come in for his mandatory pit stop as well. And that didn't come up either, apologies. Yeah, pit count not working. We'll crack on, we'll know. Oh, so actually, speaking of pits, Karekis has been in. Baldwin coming in, and in fact already on his way out. Zunabovic, he comes in as well, so he's going to be separated from his teammate then. We've got Van Rossen in. Walsingham has been in. He has just completed his outlap with Van Rossen in. Bruto on his outlap. So, oh no, Milan Class has... Milan Kiss, my apologies again, has been in and out of the pits as well. There is Van Rossum pulling in, more of them coming in. There is Spansky, there is Ramone. It's going to be easier to keep up with who's not in the pits then, as Gaskell comes in. Stubenrauch comes in as well. So Gaskell comes in, Boothby and Minar. We've now got a monstrous 1.8 seconds separating the top two. That is the biggest we have seen since the practice session, and even then that was only because it was only two drivers had settled lap time. Castorino then moves up to 4th place during the pit phase. More cars in the pits. Gaskell and Stubenrauch we knew about. Barriere is in. Niaz Histien. I've brutalised that one too many times, my apologies. It's the Honda up to 20th, been in and out of the pits, so good moves there. Frey is in. Gaskell on his way back out. There is Frey pulling into his pit box. Barrier is stationary. James Baldwin coming round the last corner. Let's see how many of these he gets past. Stubenrauch on his way back out, right with Ramone firmly in tow. Gaskell, unsurprisingly, the lead car to have taken his pit stop. Mandatory pit stop at least. That's put Karekis back up to 15th while all these cars are coming in and out. Just turn that up slightly. There is race leader coming in. Philip Minar is in. Whitehead and O'Sullivan both coming in. That puts Boothby into the lead of the race. Castorino up to 2nd, and Iomulo up to 3rd place. So that's the halfway mark in the race reached and breached, and the halfway mark in the pit window as well. And there's been an avalanche of cars coming in and out, as you'd imagine. There is Gruner. Still got the mandatory to take. Norberg as well. Luke Whitehead stationary. Porco is in. Wasner is in. Shea Sullivan in, as we saw. Ranieri in as well. Tony Mahoney has come in. We'll see where he comes back out relative to his dance partner so far in the race. Here comes Gaskell across the start-finish line. He is going to rocket back up the order. Philip Minar has a yellow flag because he's exiting the pit lane. Castorino though, let us have a look. So Castorino catching up to Barriere. This is out of Tosa towards turn number 8, flashing the lights. Tries to send it up the inside, does go full send up the inside. Has he carried a bit much pace there? Not sure why that showed as an accident. Yeah, Castorino now the on-track race leader, as we see Boothby come in from the on-track lead. Iomulo follows him in, so does Price. Joshua Gruning pulls in to the pits. Norberg follows suit. Next up is Alexander Let's go with that. 8th place in the Honda at the minute. Philip Mina has come back out of the pits in the lead of the race with less than 3/10 of a second, separating him from his teammate. Sorry, 4/10 of a second at the minute. We've got Luke Whitehead back out just behind Ranieri, who served a drive-through, in fact. So not being in the picture, that was a drive-through from Ranieri. Still got to come in and take the mandatory stop, so Whitehead will sail on past when they come in. Spansky in 13th, Boothby on his way out. There goes the teammates. Like absolute clockwork. Imola heading out of the pits. There goes. Oh, Whitehead has swapped positions with the Audi. Yes, indeed he has. He is ahead of Spansky. So these two have swapped positions, so that's been a good pit stop phase for Whitehead. That is him up. Back up to 7th position. Philip Mina with the lead of the race. I would say firmly, but there's only 3:10 separating them. Boothby has come out of the pits. And let's see, 2.3 seconds. He has lost a bit of time to his teammates. There's Castorino coming in. We'll see when he comes back out. Ramone and Wasner looking to continue their battle, but it's going to be with Ramone back ahead of Wasner. So these two have swapped positions in the pit stops as well. Porco up 6. James Baldwin back in the pits in 15th place. I do think there's a couple more positions, at least one more position coming his way. Campagnella coming in the pits. I think we'll see a swap there. Sorry, no, the Honda of Alexander Niatsietzian. It's a lot of vowels. As he comes into the pit, so there we go. Yeah, Brenham and Price, 3rd and 6th. Mahoney and Zunabovic. Still with that 10th place gain, it is still Mahoney ahead of Zunabovic. There is championship leader Amadeo Castorino in and out of the pits. Valentin Barriere has been in as well, and he is looking to do battle with Grantis Caracas over 23rd position. Now there is a sentence I never thought I would hear myself say during a race. Certainly with the talent that these two have got, it has been a tough start for both of them. A drive-through for Caracas, long-time race leader, taking pole position. Now down in 23rd, Zunabovic goes past Alexander, yep, he's tumbling down the order. These two will go past as well. So that is quite the competitors outside the top 20 at the moment. We'll see how they progress. More progression for Baldwin, I suspect. Back to that 11 position gain for him. Leonardo Porco with 7 positions as well, to see him comfortably inside the top 15 at the minute. Spansky back out in 10th. Stubenrauch in 9th place. These two back where they qualified. Shale Sullivan has flown consistently under the radar, it is safe to say, but the consistency has been there. The others around them have made their mistakes, so Sullivan has been pretty flawless so far and is up 3 positions. That's not a bad place to be with 38 minutes left to go. Jordan, absolutely devastated. I did wonder if it was some kind of technical failure. We did get a slight update from Timu Karppinen as well, saying it was a monitor issue. That is, yeah. Oh, there is the man himself. Another member of the O'Sullivan dynasty. How we doing, Ryan? Welcome in. Oh, now it's 14, Ryan. Yeah, but Jordan, that is, yes, such a good race as well. Such a good race as well. It was playing out well for the team, who are still leading the way, but yeah, I'm sure we will see a bit of a comeback next time out. Mazzano next. Oh, that's going to be quite the battle. Campagnella comes into the pits, going to be one of the last drivers to do so for that mandatory requirement. That will see Philip Minar go back to the top, with Gaskell in 2nd, Boothby in 3rd. Whitehead is going to be in 4th place, with Castorino back up to 5th position. That is a good race for the championship leader, getting it all done. There is Shea having a very good race. It's safe to say top 5 in the championship as well. He's definitely in the top 10. So yeah, good championship as well. Sasha Wasner and Ramone still looking to do battle. Let's see now. Karekas ahead, behind Walsingham. Walsingham back out the pits in 21st position. Sorry, car number 5. Karekas with that drive-through, and we've also had Ranieri, as we saw. He got a drive-through as well. Those are the only 2 drivers so far. And I do say so far because it is Imola, and it is pretty inevitable with the way these drivers run the track. There's Campagnella back out of the pits. Let's see where he settles in. Currently running, I believe, 12th place. We'll get confirmation on that in a moment or two. So yeah, the top. Yeah, so the fastest lap has swapped hands quite a few times, and so has the honour of running in your starting position. Definitely a badge of honour in this field. Dario Iamulo back up to 6th position. Although Shea Sullivan might have something to say about that. He's got his teammate and championship leader, Amadeo Castorino, just ahead of him. So we'll see how these two get on. Speaking of teammates running close to one another, Philip Minard and Sam Gaskell. These two are going to have separation anxiety by the time the race finishes, I would say. Although a gargantuan gap of 0.7 of a second now separate the top 2. Boothby 2.8 seconds down. Wasner and Ramone still threatening. Zunabovic and Mahoney have been running in the same order. That could change. There's the pit window closed. Karekas and Walsingham. Oh, sorry, a little bit of net code on my screen there. I thought he was on the gravel. Karekas, he is right on the back. Gratuitous Ferrari camera time, excellent. He's got Walsingham ahead of him, down a couple of positions. Karekas down a few as well, but still absolutely flying. Ramone and Wasner have swapped positions. They have swapped positions once again, and I missed that, Matt. Right, okay, I'll tell you what, let's be brave, let us be bold, let us have faith. Let's jump to a replay and see if we can see the overtake. So this is through the final chicane, heading down the hill. Running down to Ravazza. The Ferrari has the lead. The Bentley certainly got the slipstream. It's going to be a big move if he gets it from there. Oh, that's a good entry to the final corner for the Bentley. He's really nailed that curve as well. So, yep, it was all about the slipstream into turn 1, which is incredible, actually. I think I gave the Bentley more credit for that mid-corner momentum there. Oh yeah, no, he's absolutely got that corner momentum, and yeah, that was very much signed, sealed and delivered before they got into turn number 1. These two still going at it. So the two up at the top, and we're also going to look further down the field. Yeah, Zunabovic and Mahoney, of course. These two have been stars of the show so far with the amount of positions that they've made up. Still running absolutely nose to tail. 11 positions. In fact, Baldwin has equalled them now, of course. Yep, he's up to 14th place. So 11 positions up as well. So yeah, those 3 drivers. Oh, in fact, Rennie Fellweger is in the 11 club as well. 4 of them, not to be outdone. Felder up 2. And yeah, Felder in Fishing Racing as well. Wow. So there you go. 3 members of the Fisher Racing esports team, all making it 11 places up from the start of the race. That's, yeah, Fisher Racing dominance, absolutely. That is very good indeed. Oh, although they've just swapped while I'm looking at the timing tower and checking who's quicker in what sector. They have swapped positions. Let us be bold once again and hope that we can catch that replay as I quickly fumble my way So this is Zunovovic. We'll go on board so we'll know exactly which car is which. Incredible liveries. I do like the black on purple. It looks very nice indeed. Oh, this is another one. It is the out of the last corner. Both of them in the same machine. Oh no, my goodness me. It's a Bentley versus the BMW. They're not even remotely in the same machinery. But it is once again the Bentley. Gives a flashing lights to his teammate to say thank you very much. I've got the pace. I'm going to pop on through if you don't mind. Teammate doesn't mind. And will once again follow along. So yeah, Bentley's getting it done out of the last corner and into turn number 1. That's against the BMW and the McLaren. And C race leader is still Minar, Gaskell and Boothby on the podium in that order. Luke Whitehead having a solid race, up 4 positions on where he started, up to 4th place ahead of championship leader now Castorino, who's got Ian Mulo, his teammate, all over the back of him. I wonder if Ian Mulo feels he's getting held up here and wants to squeeze in front. Certainly be an interesting one. Frey has been no stranger to being in a fray so far in this race. Has now got Jan Ruschel in the BMW, absolutely hunting him down. Solid race between these two. They've got 38 minutes left to play their wares, and they're absolutely here for it. Should we jump on the bonnet cam? Bonnet cam on the BMW. It's pretty good. This LFM logo, of course, all the links are in the chat. Make sure you get onto the socials. We've got the merch, and yeah, get onto the website. All your racing is well and truly covered. AMS2, AC, ACC. Yeah, so get yourself signed up and get involved. Yeah, maybe find yourself in one of these top split races. Wow. That Porsche is getting absolutely ragdolled at the minute, as we say, up here at my end of the world. Certainly the BMW giving him plenty of pause for thought. Spansky, oh no, Stubenraug. Stubenraug dropping down the order. He is the number 19 car. Oh, now, okay, yep, so, a couple of accidents popping up, right, let me just see if we can catch one of them. Okay, so it looks like he's caught up to the... Oh no, this is Jan Russell that we're on board with. Just, my apologies, very quickly just trying to find where Stubenraug has gone. You know when you can't see something for looking? I feel like I'm in that position. Is he disconnected? Is he out of the server? Yeah, I'm going to say he is. Yeah, down to 35, Stubenraug is out the server. He's out of the race. So yeah, that's Spansky up 2 positions then. Wasner now in the top 10 with Ramone. Campagnella in 11th. James Baldwin now up 12 spots. Zunovovic though, not to be outdone, 13 positions. With Rennie Felder gaining a position there as well, with Stubenraug unfortunately disconnected from the server. Oh, absolutely savage. With 27 minutes left to go as well. With those 27 minutes left, will we see a change in the race lead? And maybe go back to the live camera. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, 27 minutes left to go around number 6. It's safe to say that 255 competition have risen to the occasion and got the competition well and truly in their rear view mirror. These two have only got George Boothby, their teammate, in the rear view mirror. He's got a good 8.5 seconds over Whitehead. That could be an almighty tussle if Whitehead closes in on Boothby in the closing few laps. The Mustangs do seem fairly mighty here at Imola. So we'll see if we see for dominance on the podium. Imola still certainly sniffing around the back of Castorino. Brenham closed right up on Baldwin. So yeah, some good lap right over those curves. That is absolute full commitment there, that is for sure. As we see Brenham closing in the West Competition Racing BMW. Through Ravazza, looking to take one of those positions back from Baldwin. Brenham up 5 as well. The BMW is doing well here today. Imola, nope, sitting at 4/10. Praise still on Ruschel and Barrier and Walsingham now dueling out. Barrier, oh yeah, Aston on Aston action for 21st position as Karakas looks to close in on Mahoney. He's back up to 20th position. Came out after his drive-through 28th, so that is an 8th place gain after the penalty, which is quite the comeback. Walsingham. Nice little sideways slide there on the way out of the first chicane. Holds on to it though. Nice dip 2 wheels on the gravel. It's going to be an interesting proposition at the toes. You can see just how close Barrier got. Yep, that lateral motion there, you could hear the tyres squeal as they went sideways. Throw a dart into the map and we will find ourselves a battle. This one here, pretty interesting as we're on board with Baldwin again, absolutely moolering those curves on his way through that final chicane. And the BMW does seem to pounce at this point down to Ravazza. We'll see which line that Baldwin takes. He takes the outside line. The BMW looking up the inside, can't get it done on the brakes against the McLaren, no, and it will be the McLaren that will be ahead going across the start finish line. Will we see any change going into the first chicane? We've got 38 laps in an hour and 6 minutes of racing under our belts, and the race winner still massively undecided. We're going to see changes potentially in the top 10, and the top 20 is absolutely coming to life. Rochelle Price, Zunabovic, Mahoney, Ruschel and Price have just swapped positions, I believe. Oh, they're going side by side through the first chicane. It did seem we would see potentially that move, and the BMW getting it done. The two BMWs battling away with the Porsche of Michael Frey. Watching this one in the rear view mirror, and they're being closed in on by Zunabovic and Mahoney. We've seen how well they two can work together. Let's see. Oh, and tell you what, the Porsche's lost a lot of momentum there, and he's going to find himself absolutely swamped by front engine cars. Here comes the two BMWs with the Bentley for good measure. Mahoney dropping just back ever so slightly. Michael Frey, not sure what happened there. He did get a yellow flag. He's run wide on the way out to turn number 8. He is right out on the outside, but he's holding on the position down into Aquaman and Raleigh, and we're going to see an absolute monster cutback here. And which of these two BMWs is going to go past the Porsche first? Is it going to be Perez, or is Ruschel going to just absolutely steal this one away? And here comes the Bentley. Surely not going to see 3 wide into the final chicane. Absolutely not. They all go nose to tail, and it is Michael Frey's tail that is being fully followed here. We jump onto the rear spoiler of the Porsche. These drivers looking for top 15 honours. It's Frey that's holding on to 15th position so far. He's made it up 2 places, already made up 7 places in the race, so definitely got overtaken potential. That is for absolutely sure. Out of the last corner is the Porsche on the move. And it's already happened. I was about to say we are very soon going to see someone very quick, like they're not already quick in this train of cars. But yeah, someone very, very, very quick. Someone that might have taken pole position. Someone that was holding the fastest lap for a long time. That's someone. Grantas Karakas. Is it tea time for Grantas? He's had that drive-through, lost quite a few positions. He now sees himself directly behind 5 cars. Yeah, just another day at the offices. He sends it up the inside of car number 1 in the train. That is the BMW, firmly picked off. That's the first time we have seen Sunobovic and Mahoney separated for the entirety of the race. It's taken an hour and 8 minutes. In fact, they were separated during the pit stop. They took their pit stops on different laps. Other than that, they have been following one another. Certainly Mahoney still following, but he now has a Ferrari fully pressing Price, who's fully pressing Frey once again. It's as you were for the 4 ahead of Karakas. And he's really hit those curves again. Full commitment from the drivers as they hit those sausage curves. Just checking the race lead. Is still Minar up there, 4/10 ahead of Gaskell. Boothby hanging on there at 2.8 seconds, but is gaining time on Whitehead in 4th. 9.8 seconds is the gap there. Ian Mulo starting to lose a bit of time to championship leading Castorino. But this is definitely the battle to be watching. Baldwin and Brenham. Baldwin has started to pull away and close in on Porco. Well, no, my apologies, I've read that the wrong way. He's only 7/10 ahead, so Brenham certainly hanging on in there. Oh, look how close it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. As quick as you like. Karakas still at the back of this group. Anyone, I'm not sure there's going to be too many people would bet against him being in that position in a few laps' time. He has got the pace. Qualifying just over a second quicker than some of the drivers that he's got ahead of him, and certainly his race laps are that bit quicker as well. Oh, Karakas goes past Zunobovic. As I was looking at the timing tower, he gets the overtake done. Let's see if we can catch that one on a replay. It always happens as soon as you look down at the sector times. Oh, so big concertina effect then. That's played right into his hands. He was the perfect position there. The Bentley caught absolutely bang to right. So that with turn number 8. That is the Fisher Racing team. Both being overtaken, and those 2 BMWs ahead. You would got to think that potentially not the way to be driving. Oh, Karakas, is it going to be 2 in the same lap, or is this going to be another turn 1 overtake? Karakas out of the last corner. He is right in the hunt. He has got another position firmly in his sights. It's Rochelle unable to get past Price so far, and that inability to get the job done. Wow, the Ferrari absolutely flies past. You get the feeling the BMW not putting up too much of a fight there. Yeah, given the pace that Karakas is showing, maybe better just to let him in front and crack on with your own position. Yeah, not a bad driver to be behind as far as it goes for Cavan through the field, which Karakas is at the minute back up to 17th position. Yeah, potentially into the top 15 here. Brenham and Baldwin look like they're going at it again. Brenham trying to take that 13th position from Baldwin, and in fact they are closing in a bit on Porco ahead. Nope. Yes. Yeah, so Leonardo Porco in the 1 minute 41.4s at the minute, as you can see, and yeah, Baldwin and Brenham both in the 40s. Oh no, sorry, 41.0 and 40.0. Yeah, so Brenham is Baldwin at the minute in the 1 minute 41.0s. So this is another one that's closing in. Let's get back to Karakas though. Looking to provide more overtaking action, this time down into Ravazza. Again, that BMW doing well, hanging in the slipstream. Not too bad a strategy as the visceral Ferrari very viscerally carves his way back towards that top 15 position. Out of the last corner, it is double slipstream. Do love the sound of that Ferrari engine. A bit too much potentially. No such thing. Karakas. Yeah, a bit of indecision from the drivers ahead, and that is not what they need. It's exactly what Karakas needs though. He is fully in the hunt for this one. So close to the Cryonics car. absolutely piling on the pressure. And it does put, again, being the third car in the train, it can be the best. Oh, and he's just sent one right up the inside of toes, and once again, he absolutely loves that corner. Got the Ferrari completely on point through there, and before we even get out of Aqua Minerale, which is, I thought, where it was going to happen, he gets the job done. It is now Frey ahead of him. Frey has fended off quite a few cars so far. Can he fend off our pole sitter? It's going to be quite the ask, and I think already. Oh no, that's the Porsche. Yep, he's maybe. That's how quick he is. That's what I thought he would be doing against the last BMW. I guess he'd done well before then. He's now chasing down that Porsche. Barrier and Walsingham are still separated by 0.3 of a second, so it's quite the battle there. And the top two, let me just check. Still separated by half a second, and Philip Mina are still taking the fastest lap with 1 minute 40.230. Let's get back on to Caracas. Look at that train. Let's see what he's got into turn number 1 this time around, right up against that wall. Crosses the start-finish line. We are 43 laps deep, and Caracas is full send into turn number 1 again. The Porsche didn't look like he put up too much of a battle there. The Cryonics car looking to take advantage if he can. Went out with turn number 4, very nicely done by all 4 drivers. The Porsche now back to fending off Price and Russell, who is definitely still in the hunt, in fact. Yeah, the DXT BMW, not for being left behind. So Caracas, he's picked them off one at a time, and I think he will pull away a bit. Is he going to manage to catch up to Brenham ahead? I'm not sure he is, but Brenham is certainly looking to still get a position from Baldwin, but at the minute it's Porco. I did say these two were closing in. Porco's laps, he's got himself into the 1 minute, the low 41s. He was only a 10th off the 2 drivers behind, but nonetheless, again, the commitment over those curves, commitment, lunacy, it's a fine line. 33 degrees now, the track temperature, so it has come down a couple of degrees, and the race is the wind's picked up by 1 kilometre an hour, so there certainly won't be too much notice of that. But the temperature, track temp down 3 degrees, air temp has stayed exactly the same. As we're approaching 5 o'clock local time, Brenham is approaching the rear spoiler of Baldwin. Actually, no, he's not. The timing, yeah, slightly off there, because he's going to hold that position. No threat into turn number 1 at the minute. Walsingham, same can't be said for him. He has got Valentin Barrier still behind him. These two fully dueling it out. Are on board there. Do love the sound of the Aston as well. But with turn number 4. Oh, that is very nicely done. Walsingham is holding on to that position. Ayumulo is caught right up to the back of O'Sullivan. Oh, and in fact, my apologies. No, has O'Sullivan just made up a spot? He has. O'Sullivan is up more positions, and I don't know what's more surprising, the fact that it's happened, or the fact that I sound surprised. Is Shea O'Sullivan. He's had a great race so far. He's up to 6th place. Ayumulo down that spot with Spansky. Now in 8th, Wassner and Ramone still rounding out the top 10. O'Sullivan's got a bit of a battle on his hands if he's going. Oh wow, the McLaren full commitment out of that last corner. That was full Fast and the Furious sideways slide to get out with the last corner there. Not done him too many favours though. Is O'Sullivan going to show a clean pair of heels? Oh, we've got a yellow flag with Ruschel. Ruschel, oh, bit of door banging. Fisher Racing looking to go round the outside on the way into Ravanza. Surely not in the Boltley. No, it doesn't quite manage to make that stick, but certainly the DXT car having a bit of a moment. Zinabovic is well putting 2 wheels on the gravel in the late stages. Don't be picking up drive-throughs, drivers. I've already seen a couple so far. I'm sure Grantis Caracas will testify. Definitely want to be respecting those track limits. Ruschel and Zinabovic, they're absolutely still going for it. is Zunabovic, who is trying to wrestle that position from Russell. He's got his teammate Mahoney right under that slipstream as well. Iamulo still hunting down Shea O'Sullivan. These two, let me see, about 2.8 seconds down on Castorino. Boothby still gaining time on Whitehead, but losing time to the two drivers ahead. It just goes to show you how quick these two are. There we go. Make sure we stay well hydrated. Oh, Michael Frey with a yellow flag. Price as well. Yellow flags coming in late there. Dropped position. Brenham. Oh, Baldwin's gone past Porco. In fact, he's going for it at turn number 1. Oh, there's a slight bit of contact. The McLaren is squeezed in front. The BMW is going to be an absolute predator here. Here comes Brenham. Is he going to pounce on the two cars as they've made their side-by-side attempt and a bit of contact? The Ferrari of Porco gets back in front of the McLaren of Baldwin, and the BMW stays in position. That must have been an extremely tempting opportunity there for Brenham. He was very close to the action as Porco and Baldwin swap positions. You can see the slightest bit of contact on the way through. Baldwin right up on the source skirt, and the BMW, oh right, okay. Yeah, there was no way he could have turned in anymore to get up the inside of Porco's Ferrari there. That couldn't have been any closer, and Porco millimetres gets himself back in front into the second chicane and into the toes of the go in the order they were in. You got to wonder for how much longer they'll be in that order, and if it's Brenham that ends up at the front of this trio of three, I will be in no way, shape or form surprised. Yeah, a wholehearted battle going on between these three for 12th position. All three of them making up good spots in the race. Porco up 8, Baldwin up 12, Brenham up 5 spots, which is not too shabby when you consider the driver behind them in 15th place is Grantis Karekas. He's down 14 after taking pole position. Track limits absolutely need to be respected at every single level. They have no favourites, that is for sure. Baldwin, is he favourite to get it done? He is. He's going to send it right round this outside into turn number 1. No, he's not. That camera angle, I thought he was alongside there, but not quite. The Ferrari doing well, considering that McLaren. Yeah, the Ferrari doing really well to stay ahead into turn number 1. Here we go through Villeneuve once again. Still as you were, Brenham. Oh, and Iamulo and O'Sullivan. I tell you what, that's an almighty tussle as well. That one's still going on very firmly indeed. O'Sullivan is going to have to put on an absolute defensive masterclass. Baldwin's within 0.2 of a second. He's not got the move done. Rochelle and Mahoney now looking to do battle. Mahoney is back ahead of Zunabovic after all the toings and froings. So he's been sent forward by the team to try and get past the DXT car. Beautiful shots right in the middle of a 5-car train. Train that Karekas weaved his way through and is well and truly left them to battle on. 4 seconds ahead of this group he now is. Frey, Price, Ruschel, Mahoney and Zunabovic all battling for 16th position. Well, 16th through 20th, but they're so close. I'm going to say it's all for 16th position. Out of the 40 runners and riders that started, we've still got 32 in the race. A couple of connection issues, a couple of technical issues. But the driver's still going to be out on track, going to be bringing home some unbelievably valuable points as they vie for the €6,000 prize pool for the top 3 at the end of the 12-week championship that is the Case King Pro Series. This is week 6. We are an hour and 23 minutes in. We've been through a 20-minute mandatory pit window. We've been through some serious highs and lows for all of the drivers through the field. Baldwin with the yellow flag. And he's behind Brenham. He is behind Brenham. Let's see if anything has registered. I think it has. In fact, a couple of accidents there. Let's have a look at some replays then. So at this point, okay, so this was into turn number 1. So there was a more recent one than this. That we'll have a look at. We've already seen this one. This was the door banging on the way through the first chicane. Just sees himself off, and we'll just quickly jump. Oh, that's valid. Oh, sorry, the software's thrown me firmly under the bus there. Let me quickly try and find Baldwin. Sorry, we'll restart the replay once again. Bear with me a moment or two. We might catch sight of it actually here. No, so third time is a charm, as they say. Nope, and that is just showing the same incident again. Okay, so no idea how the BMW ended up ahead. Okay, right, okay, yeah, so sorry, this is a different lap completely. The Ferrari effectively lets them through. Oh, they make contact there, and the BMW is going to say thank you very much. So yeah, third time lucky on the replay. Not so lucky for Baldwin though, that is Brenham. Up that position. Does he like being the hunter, or does he prefer being the hunted? He is the hunter and the hunted at the minute. Sandwiched perfectly between these two middle engine cars. That big front engine, wow, look at the run he's got out of turn number 4. Into Villeneuve we go, out of Villeneuve we go. Baldwin dropping down ever so slightly. Would anyone believe me if I said the top two were still separated by 0.4 of a second? You absolutely should, because they definitely still are. The biggest gap we've seen up at the front so far in the race, 0.8 of a second. The 255 competition cars keeping it well below that threshold at the minute. I am Yellow doing the same thing as well to Shea O'Sullivan, only 0.4 of a second separating these two as well. Brenham, again another driver, he's got 0.4 there. Mahoney and Ruschel still well within striking distance of overtakes in the late stages. The Bentley of Zunabovic dropping off the pace ever so slightly. Bruto and Gruning with yellow flags. Sorry, there is a lot going on further down the order as well. And yeah, just so much going on up at the front. Can confirm we have had another 4 track limit violations. Valentin Barriere finding himself on the wrong side of the race stewards. He's picked up a late drive-through for track limits. So is Jakob Jurkovic in the McLaren. So that is another 2 drivers with drive-throughs. Kourakis with one, of course. So he's back up to 15th place. So that is, yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I can confirm 3 drivers. We've still got 4 minutes to go. Certainly not out with the realms of possibility to see some more, that's for sure. The top 2, 0.4 of a second, still Gaskell looking to hunt down his teammate. It's amazing, just the difference in the Mustang over those curves and the Ferraris and the McLarens. It's absolute night and day. It genuinely looks like the front wheel is trying to rip the front wing off the car. Not the front wing, the front arch. Off the car in the Ferraris and the McLarens. I'm surprised they don't literally pop out through the bodywork. And the Mustangs, just sail over it. James Baldwin looking to sail past Brenham if he can. Porco's back ahead. Or did they two already swap? There's been so much overtaken there. I may have lost my mind ever so slightly. Porco leading the way here though. And that has brought Kourakis right into it. I did wonder if he was going to be able to catch up before the end of the race. It's 3 minutes left to go. They've only got a couple of laps left, but Kourakis has caught up to this battle. So yeah, Porco, Brenham and Baldwin, they're certainly going to be regretting not managing to fix their affairs before now, because Kourakis is absolutely hunting them down at an just incredible pace at the minute. Porco still ahead of Brenham. You can see just how close here. He's right on that inside curb. The BMW thinking about a look into turn number 1. No, he's not. He's thinking about defending from Baldwin in the McLaren, who's hunting them down. All three, I guarantee, are thinking about Karakas in that. Wow. 2 wheels in the air, like he just don't care. Didn't even skip a beat there in the Ferrari. Through Villeneuve he goes. And yeah, Porco, let's have a look at his rear spoiler. What a camera view that is. The two Ferraris sandwiching the BMW and the Macca out of turn 7 and heading up towards turn number 8. The race leaders. Let me see. Yes, this is going to be the final lap. So this is going to be the final lap for the drivers to decide their finishing positions, and there is quite a few that could still be decided. Zunobovic and Mahoney are now back to within 0.3 of a second. I did say they would have separation anxiety. Called it. But they are very close. Oh, De Villar. Almost gave way, but we're back on board. Zunobovic and Mahoney, they are close. Ruschel and Price, they're still close as well. Campagnella isn't necessarily where I was aiming for. There is Brenham. Oh, he's so close again. He's within a tenth or out of Ravazza. This is them on their final lap. And this is Grantis Karakas saying hello to this group of 3. I mean, if Karakas gets to 12th, anything is possible in this field of drivers. Let's see what these top 2 though. Philip Minar looking for a solid win. Been an up and down race, as I say. Technical issues for a few of the drivers. You've got to make hay while the sun doth shine, and the sun has certainly shone on the 255 competition team. Phenomenal podium is going to be for all 3 Fords. Luke Whitehead still in 4th place, with Castorino in 5th. O'Sullivan hanging on for dear life at this point to Imola, and Spansky is closing up. Here we go. More potential overtakes. Price with a yellow flag. Brenham still behind Porco. Karakas still behind Baldwin. Still got 32 cars out on track. They're a bit spread out further down the field, but certainly in the top 20. This is what we are still looking at. Price losing a bit of time out of turn number 8. I need to make sure we get the winner crossing the line. There it is, the checkered flag. 255 competitions. Philip Minar takes the top spot, closely followed by his teammate Sam Gaskell, and it's a 1-2-3 as Gaskell goes into the barrier. Boothby crosses the line in the Mustang with Whitehead in 4th, Castorino in 5th. Shea Sullivan has fended off the advances of Imola to take 6th. Spansky in 8th. Wasner across the line. Ramani and Campagnella. Dare we jump on board and see what's going on with Porco and the gang? Porco comes out with the last corner in the lead. Baldwin is tucked into the slipstream. I don't think it's going to be enough to see him improve out with the last corner. It is not. What a battle it has been. Oh wow, could not be any closer there. Of course he went for it. It's some slipstream he got there, but it is Porco in 12th, Brenham in 13th place, with Baldwin in 14th, Karakas in 15th position, Michael Frey in 16th, Johannes Price across the line in 17th, with Ruschel in 18th, Mahoney ahead of Zunobovic in 19th and 20th, Walsingham in 21st place, with Norberg in 22nd. De Villiers crosses the line in 23rd with Felder, finishing in 24th place. Bruno Bruto in 25th, with Joshua Gunning in 23rd position. Oscarcia finishing in 27th, with Van Rossum in 28th place. He's car number 31. Valentin Barriere, after a late drive-through, crosses the line in 29th place, and it's Alexander, whose surname I'm not going to butcher anymore. My apologies, Alexander in 30th. Djurkovic in 30th place, and Kiss in 31st. But it is Philip. Hopefully, there we go. Boom, boom. My apologies. Let me remember and do the interviews. Let's see if I can, keep up with that. We will do some interviews. Bear with me a moment. We'll be straight back with the results. There we go then. Quick look at that phenomenal trailer. Let's face it, Boris does make a banger. That is not quite the results up yet, so I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll crack straight on with the interviews while it uploads, and we'll watch a replay of some highlights. All three of them have, of course, jumped in. What a race it was for 255 competition. We will start with our brave race winner. Mr. Philip Minar led the team across the line. An outstanding podium, Philip, and just an incredible race with so much action unfolding. It was hard to keep track of what was going on. How did that race go for you?
Yeah, it was very eventful. Obviously, we had that a bit of a kerfuffle with Grantas and Jordan. She didn't really favour Grantas in that fight. But yeah, we pushed through, and then unfortunately Jordan's screen went black into one of the left-handers, and yeah, that's how we lost the lead. But yeah, I'm super happy with this result. I mean, it's a 1-2-3 lockout. It's a full podium lockout for us. I think honestly, all four of us had the pace for the win today, and the Ford was just on it today. So yeah, I also had like the craziest second stint with Sam on behind me, and that was not an easy race. I think both of us just ringed the car the whole stint. So yeah, huge respect to Sam. It's a good race.
Well, I can assure you, your pain was most definitely our pleasure. That was an absolute treat to watch. The biggest gap we saw between the top two at any point in the race was 0.8 of a second. And Sam absolutely hunting you down there at the end. Any thought of team orders with Sam being ahead of you in the championship? So I can't even keep a straight face asking that question because I already know the answer.
We got ratted out a bit in the first stint because Sam and I were kind of goofing around in the last few laps, and he went for a move and just laughed it off. And then I mean, we had the same thing at Nürburgring where we taught each other, first stint we just pull a gap, and second stint we can fight it out, just go full 100%, and that happened, and it was just happened. It's a very, very close race.
Yeah, a very, very, very close race. I can't wait to watch it back, to be fair. That gives you a good jump in the standings. You've finished ahead of everyone that is ahead of you in the standings. Walsingham outside the top 15. Gaskell, of course, just behind you on the podium. And Castorino finishing in 7th. So the halfway mark, that's not a bad time to bring home a win, Philip.
Yeah, I think honestly all three of us, or actually all four of us, no, 5 actually, because Justin, we're not really looking forward to certain rounds because of the weather. I think Suzuka was definitely one of them. I think that Ford podium in the wet is like 1 in a million. But luckily, I think we only have Silverstone and Misano with rain. I think Silverstone is a guaranteed wet race, and Misano is 60% mixed. Yeah, this round's going to be tough. But I think for the rest of the championship, it's going to be smooth sailing with low temps, and the Ford really strives in low temps. So yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, you've mentioned a couple of tracks there. Obviously, the conditions more than anything, they're not particularly looking forward to it. Is there anything that you've got on the calendar still to come that you're thinking, yep, I'm having me some of that action?
Oh, Bath is for sure the last round. I love that track, and we've had some really, really good last round fights there, and I think it's probably one of the best tracks for racing now in ACC. And obviously we've got Paul Ricard as well before that. Paul Ricard always delivers, with racing. I'm not looking forward to Silverstone. I hate that track. And Zandvoort in the M2 will be interesting. Yeah, it's a super hard race, and yeah, with Brad as brake discs for that thing, I don't know. It's going to be interesting, but yeah, bring it on. I'm looking forward to it, man. Every race.
Yeah, excellent. Well, yeah, sorry. Oh, yeah, I was going to say we are absolutely on tenterhooks waiting for the rest of the series to see how it plays out. A phenomenal win tonight though, Philip, and yeah, congratulations for leading the team home, and absolutely can't wait to see you go on for the rest of the season, especially at Silverstone. I bet you go and win at Silverstone because you dislike it so much. It's just the way the sim racing gods are sometimes.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, thank you for the interview.
Yeah, no problem at all. Again, congratulations on the win. There we go, race fans. That is Philip Minar led home the team and brought home the checkered flag. In fact, there is some beautiful shots of him there, leading the team once again. So yeah, congratulations to Philip. We will say hello to the driver that finished in second place after a topsy-turvy race and a whole lot of action in that top 5. It is Sam 4/10 behind Gaskell. That was quite a that was quite a race there, Sam. I mean, surely for long points of that, you're thinking, Philip, move over, please.
There were a few times in the race where I was not begging, but asking, like, "Oh, mate, if you make a mistake, I'm absolutely going for it because I need the points." But yeah, either way, it was a good race, and respect to Philip. He was quick the entire race, and George and Justin and Jordan, we all could have won it. I think the pace, especially in practice, was all good enough. We were all matching each other, but things weren't to come, and stuff happens in races like that. Disconnects, PC crashes, or drive-throughs. So yeah, I think we all deserved it today, and yeah, everybody did a good job.
Yeah, they do say it's an ill wind that blows nobody some good. Certainly blew a few of the 255 competition drivers up to the top. You're going to take the race wins, as you say. These things do happen. You hate to see it happen to your competitors, but this is a race for €2,500. Any advantage you can get, always surely welcome. Sam, as you say, the opening 10 laps where Grantas was leading, unbelievably close, and then that minor contact through everything, absolutely up in the air. What was your reaction as that was happening live? I mean, that must have been surely a heart and mouth moment, because to say you had the front row seat is somewhat of an understatement.
Yeah, I mean, when all the contacts happened through turn 1 and 3, 1, 2, and 3, to be honest, my heart was totally content. I wasn't really feeling any pressure. I kind of just wanted to follow Philip through and make sure we get the position, because I think if me and Philip got stuck behind Grantas, he would have had the slipstream from Jordan, which would have made it even harder. So it was, yeah, very important to get through. But for me, yeah, I was calm the entire time. It was, yeah, quite eventful, turn 1, 2, and 3, but we all got through it cleanly.
Indeed you did, and yeah, the nose to tail action again. I'll be waxing lyrical about that for weeks to come. Was there any point in the race where you thought to yourself, you know what, Philip, I'm going to get you, or did you? I mean, I realise you're a competitor, you're looking to win, and as you say, you were saying to Philip, oh, if you make a mistake, I'm right in there. I'm assuming from that you weren't looking to force the issue. If you made a mistake, you go for it, but other than that, just settle in and bring home the second place, because again, Walsingham and Castorino finishing outside the top 5, it really does do good things for you, even that second place in the championship, especially with Philip being a couple of spots back.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's good for the points, and wasn't trying to force anything on Philip, but wanted to put some pressure on and just let him know that I'm always going to be there. Just so the mental's a bit there, but was never going to send anything a bit too extreme or anything like that. So, yep, good points, and yeah, had a voice crack there, but all good. But yeah, good race, good points.
Yeah, and I was asking Philip as well. He'd mentioned obviously the rain weather, and he's not a big fan of Silverstone. Is that when we're going to see Sam take top spot? What rounds have you got? Where are you liking the Mustang for the rest of the competition?
Let me have a look real quick. There's Bathurst, like Philip said, is definitely one of them for sure. Very strong track for me, and felt very quick last season. Obviously, if Silverstone was dry, that'd be great. But Valencia's good, Port Ricard's good. Basically, the last 3 rounds we should be pretty competitive. So those are the ones to look out for. But this next one, I think the next 3 have a good chance of rain. So that'll be interesting. That'll be damage limitation. But apart from that, just got to be consistent, finish well, keep the points up, and yeah.
Bring it home, yeah, and obviously the team laid down a marker today, so that'll be 255 competition on the podium for the rest of the season. Can I get an amen?
Yep.
Yep. Absolutely. Well, Sam, thank you very much for the entertainment on track. Thank you for jumping into the commentary box as well, and massive congratulations on that second place.
Thank you very much. Thanks for needing you. Good night.
More than welcome. There we go. Mr. Sam Gaskell. Now, I'm not sure if he's going to consider it good luck or not. The last time I commentated an LFM race, Mr. George Boothby came home in third place. It's a couple of weeks later, I'm back in the commentary box, and he's brought home another third after a tough race. George, how was that for you?
Yeah, that was a pretty tough race. Quali went okay. The race went okay. There was, I don't know, I was just sort of driving around, it felt. I sort of ruined my race because I got too many warnings too quick, and there were such careless ones. So it meant that I was closing in the final stint a little bit, just every lap, just a little bit, bringing it down, and then I noticed, more than just noticed, I got my final warning pushing, and I was like, well, we're gonna have to chill out here because we saw what happened to Grantis, so I just didn't want to drop back into like P20 or something, so I just took it easy after that. But I think I did have really good pace. I just kind of self-sabotaged my own race, unfortunately.
Yeah, it does happen. You do need to respect those track limits. Actually, speaking of Grantas, in those opening 10 laps, he was in the lead. There was a couple of your teammates ahead of you. You were about 1 to 1.3 seconds behind. Then you go into turn number 1, still in 4th, 5th position, and then you come out of turn number 1, and suddenly it's Grantas Ferrari directly in front of you, and there's less than a second separating the top 5. Not the turnaround I'm sure you were expecting at that point in the race.
Yeah, I had a bit of a rocky start as well, but got into the swing of it, and watching that little fight happen, I was just hoping for it, because if they fight, it gets me back on them, and there was a little bit of contact. All my team managed to overtake Grantis except me. I was like, oh well. But then obviously you got the drive through a few laps later. But fair play to Grantis trying to stick it out there, because obviously the car's quick here, but it does not have the straight line speed, so it definitely was hard to keep the Fords behind. But so he did a real good job there. Just a shame about the cuts. And after that, like I say, I wanted to just stick with the boys ahead, and I think I was able to stick with them just after the pit stops. That was another thing as well, that I had a really slow pit stop, and that cost me a lot. So it's just like I was always on the back foot, trying to chase to a gap that somehow keeps growing for some reason. And when I got that final warning, I was like, just chill out. We're gonna go grandpa shopping mode and just bring it home.
Right, okay, sorry, we've just had the results come through as well, so we'll get them up very soon as well. We spoke about this the last time you were in the interview box with myself. It's good to see that the organisations are mixing up. We've got different cars, we've got much different weather. I'm seriously looking forward to Silverstone. Where is it you think you've got the advantage? I mean, the Mustang has been mighty here at Imola for the team. What have you got marked on the horizon where you're thinking, that really is one that I cannot wait to get my teeth into, because some great races coming up?
I'm gonna be honest, I have absolutely no idea what's on the calendar. I'm sort of just I'm just rocking up each week and seeing what it is, and we go. So I just enjoy racing no matter where. Preferably not in the rain in this car, because it's quite difficult, but in the dry, anywhere we go, I'm down.
And for everyone else that is out there thinking to themselves, my goodness, is there no end to the man's talents? Yes, all us normal human beings need to practice for 2 to 3 weeks at a time for a race. George just rocks up and gets himself a podium. We've got the BMW M2s, the GT3s, and of course Bathurst. A couple of your teammates looking at the Bathurst race. That is an all-time classic of a track. You looking forward to that one?
Oh yeah, I usually do quite well there, and also I do know there's that BMW race coming up, the M2. That should be funny. I'm usually quite good in that car, but obviously I feel like it's a bit of a unique track. Zandvoort, it doesn't normally get picked, and there's going to be a lot of people grinding for it, so I'm hoping I can do pretty well there. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, and I'd mentioned it to Philip as well. Good marker for the team. I mean, as a team, I know it's an individual race, but as a team, it must be pretty satisfying with 3 of you on the podium, especially given the competition, because, yeah, you're all, I mean, I did say at the start of the broadcast, absolute murderer's row of talent out on the grid tonight. So, yeah, nice moves for 255 competition to take those top spots, especially with optimum racing conditions. It really was driver against driver.
Yeah, it's really good to know that you got strong teammates, and they're really like in it for the championship. So I'm glad that out of anyone who could finish ahead of me, 1 is my teammates, and 2 it's the guys that are, you know, in it for the cash prizes. So yeah, really happy for them both, and a shame for Jordan.
Yeah, what a battle that was threatening to be. I absolutely cannot wait for Mazzano next week. I'm so glad I'm in the commentary box for that as well. Free front row seats to the best action in town. Love it. But yeah, George, I will let you crack on. Thank you very much for jumping in, and huge congratulations for that 3rd place, and again to the team for taking all 3 podium spots.
Right. Thank you very much, man. Cheers.
Enjoy. There we go then, ladies and gentlemen. 255 competition. Kicking ass, taking names, and all of the podium spots all to themselves. The mighty Mustang roaring at Imola. We can look at the confirmed results. I believe they have been updated. There we go. Confirmation, the Mustangs getting the job done. Maynard, Gaskell and Boothby ahead of Whitehead and championship leader Castorino, who finished just ahead of Shea O'Sullivan. Great race for Shea. And that has gone bloody for me. My apologies. Leonard De Porco finishing in 12th place, as was Soffrey, Praise and Russell 18th, 16th, 17th and 18th. It's just skipped over for me, but yeah, Baldwin with 12 positions, I believe. Quite a few positions gained by quite a few drivers. What's that done to the standings? I hear you say. Well, Amadeo Castorino hanging on to the top spot by almost 200 points. Not too bad a showing at all. Let me let the race end again. Yeah, Castorino and Maynard then find themselves at the top spot. Maynard ahead of his teammate in the race and just squeaking ahead of him. Less than 50 points separate Maynard and Gaskell in 2nd and 3rd. Shea O'Sullivan, great race for him. That moves him up to 4th in the standings, with Walsingham in 5th place. Karikas in 6th, with Boothby now 7th in the standings. Stubenrank, unfortunately disconnected from the server, sees him drop to 8th place. Campaniella is now in 9th, and Dario Iamulo, after a tough race as well, finds himself rounding out the top 10 ahead of Holborn and Delphine, who weren't racing this evening. Brenham and Wasner see themselves 13th and 14th ahead of Ramone in 15th position. As you have heard, no doubt, let me bring up. No, we want the calendar first, of course we do. There we go. Spa, Nürburgring, Kyalami, Watkins Glen, Suzuka and now Imola, all into the LFM Case King Pro Series history books, and we do look onwards. It is Mazzano. Can you tell I'm excited for next week? That will be on the 20th, and then it will be a not so sunny Silverstone, and after that the BMW M2s at Zandvoort. Absolutely love it. And then Valencia, Paul Ricard and Bathurst, the drivers of course vying for that €5,000 prize pool for the top 3. 1,000 thanks to Sim Magic for P3, Nitro Concepts with €1,500 for P2, and Mozza Racing with €2,500 for P1. What a race that has been. I did see the raid come in. Thank you very much to the German channel for jumping in. I believe GT4s were on display. Do make sure you go back and watch it. I'm sure it was another absolutely incredible race. We did have Kapala and Gigi follow as well. Thank you very much indeed. Kylo Ren in the chat. Good evening, Kylo. I hope you're doing well. We've got some highlights on. We'll close out with the trailer as well, because as I say, Boris does make a banger. But that's all we've got time for this evening. I think we'll have Chris in the chat. He will probably queue up a raid. So I will wait a moment or two to see if he does. As I say, if he doesn't, we can keep watching these highlights. Thanks to everyone that has tuned in. Thank you to everyone that's followed as well. I really appreciate the support here at LFM, the largest provider of racing on the planet. There we go. Yep, Chris is queuing up a raid. So make sure when you jump over on the raid, make sure you do refresh the source you were watching on, so that you do count as a viewer. It's Icy! Wow, this guy, absolutely incredible pace he's got. Love watching Icy. I don't fully understand the language, of course, he is German. And my German is as bad as my English. But yeah, do enjoy watching Icy. As I say, I will be back next week for the Misano race. I'm only slightly excited. I cannot wait to see all that. Of course, this weekend we've got the Leon Lee continuation of the IES series as well, so make sure you get tuned in for that. 20 races, 4 tracks, 3 cars, all the action, all the time. My name has been John Wright, aka Double O Raven. Until then, stay safe, take it easy, and have a great rest of your night. Good night.
Paradise, I saw forever.